buddy. Come here. Look up here. Hi. Rocky's in a mood today. She's on Netflix. It's all bad. What are you talking about? Who's Miss Rachel? I'm walking into the weirdest shit here, buddy. So Rocky, like I said, he's in a weird mood today. I took him to the park to do his stuff this morning, and it was like a 35-mile-an-hour wind. This guy doesn't like the extreme wind. Nope, nope, nope. He was huddling behind a tree trying to poop. He succeeded. He succeeded in pooping. Yes, he did. Echo should be gone now. Just wait 10 seconds, guys. How you guys doing? Joe here. Yep. It's almost a prerequisite that every live stream I have to start by showing Rocky. Also, I need you guys to go over to my VR channel. I'm starting a channel. I'm doing a lot more. I'm going to edit videos today. If you guys saw the video I put up on Ghost of Tabor for the video, for the VR, I'm going to be starting a channel. Already started it, actually. It's called Seated VR. Your dog's name is Rock? Well, this one's Rocky, but yep. So yeah, just go over to Seated VR. Sub to Seated VR. Yep. Just look it up. There's only one video and there's 2 subscribers. But yeah, sit, buddy. Sit. If you want a treat, you got. Oh yeah, look at that. Do you see how assertive this motherfucker? He's like high winds on his poop. Can't pool hole. Can't blame him. Yeah, he'll be all right though. I just think he lived in a cage all his life. So we're gonna give him a treat though for that. You ready, buddy? You see his eyes light up when he sees his treat bag opening. These are actually healthy for him. These have his joint stuff in them. It's been longer than 10 seconds. You sure you turned off the other speaker? There is nothing causing an echo anymore, dude. If you're hearing an echo, it's on your end. Stop trying to gaslight me, Justin. What a good pup. He's alright. Don't let him get a swelled head, man. If he thinks too highly of himself, then nobody will get any sleep. Would you freaking go up? Yeah, I actually have 6 hours filmed for the Tabor shit. Oh yeah, he bit my shirt and tore through it, so it was a good boy. It was a good boy. Don't look sad. There we go. Have you tried yak bones? No, I don't want to give him anything bone because the way he chews them up, I'm worried that it'll splinter and get stuck in his esophagus. I don't remember cameras needing to be cleaned this much, but I also don't remember them all having 3 freaking lenses, so I guess it makes sense. Alright, so also, every channel is getting something done to it on a daily basis, so keep that in mind. You just subscribed? Thank you. Sorry, just trying to find a good angle. You never had a dog running around 24/7 either. I did when I was younger, but it was my dad's problem, not mine. Yeah, I got a TV that I need to set up in here so that when I'm doing stuff, Rocky can watch his dog nature videos. You make stuff dusty. Yeah, I have to blow out the graphics card quite often since it's an open case. His dander gets caught in it. I'm just simply curious. You probably talked about this before, but how long have you been doing YouTube? I can't remember. So I started doing YouTube in 2016, so nearly 9 years ago. I started doing gun content at the end of 17. So in 2016, I started it because Vine was being shut down. I used to be a Viner, and I used to make those 6-second videos. And then when they shut that down, I came over to YouTube. I was still selling cars at the time, so I actually was making a video every day on cars and video games. The VR channel is called Seated VR. I just scratched up the top of my PCP rifle trying to fit a dovetail scope. Sorry, dude, that sucks. That happens, though. They don't stay new forever. What, the dogs? No. He's got just a little bit of graying in his fur. Just eat it, dude. Freaking eat it. There you go. You're good. He's got this bone, this compressed fiber bone that he likes to chew, and he was just sitting there just kind of like edging towards it. I think he's just playing around. Good boy. SIG, 365 or Glock 43X? I'll go with the 365. It's almost as thin, yet still capable of holding as many, if not more. Also, the fuse really does a number on the 43X. Oh, the scratch on the rifle. That makes more sense. I am actually proud to announce that Daria is coming onto the channel as a sponsor, and I will be discussing 2 of their new guns as soon as I get the promotional information. Should I convert it to Picatinny? Yeah. Seriously, what pistols do you recommend? I don't recommend individual people guns. I recommend that you go to a gun store, see what guns you like to hold, and then try shooting those guns. If you can go to a gun range that will rent you those firearms, and then see if you like shooting it. I can tell you what's reliable. Glocks are reliable. Smith & Wesson's M&P series is reliable. FN previous to the 5 series are reliable. Canics are pretty damn reliable. Walthers are very reliable. They're all very reliable guns. But you need to figure out what you like. Promo, you know, I need some shit from them, Lamau. No, so they're going to be a paid sponsor, so it's just going to be ads, kind of like how Glock runs ads in front of TFB TV. If I do reviews, that will be review samples away from the ads. I can't do an ad and a review in the same fucking video because that would just be wildly unethical. Thank you for your time and patience. No problem, Zaz. Congratulations on the sponsor. Yeah, I sent them over the contract, so as soon as they finish signing it, they got a couple of cool pistols coming out, a pistol and a rifle, and I'm going to check them out. The rifle will be perfect, because then I can compare it to the Sharps Brothers. Maybe. Do I have a Colt Single Action Army? I do not. Not a Single Action Army fan. I've got the Heritage Barkeep up there. That's a single action gun. Also, my head is blocking a really nice pistol. Sorry. Is the ISSC M22 M2 a good pistol? Saw one today. It looks cool. I have no clue. Where are they cutting their slides? You're talking about Daria? They're doing out of Florida now. That's an interesting gun. It's got a Glock-ish angle to the trigger, Glock release, Glock takedown, but it's got like an XD top with a hammer and a threaded barrel. That is an interesting looking gun. It's not my style, but it's definitely interesting. Guys, can anybody guide me buying the right kit and lower for stainless steel on an M&P? It was super cheap with the threaded barrel. Yeah, I mean, 200 and something bucks. Brookside, how's it going? Pretty good. Just kind of making sure we touch base, do our live streams. Working on doing some more videos like the short this morning said. Get subscribed. The more subscribers we get, the easier it'll be for me to get sponsors. So my buddies down at Liberty Arms are a sponsor, and now Daria Arms is setting up to be a sponsor. I sent them over the contract, so we'll see how soon they get back to me. They have a time frame for when they want some videos done, so I need a lead time on it. But yeah. Just wanted to hear it. No problem. Daria Arms. I speak English. Yeah, I've been recording every session of VR too. Hello everyone, hope all is well. You too, Air Max. I don't know why I was trying to say something else completely different. I apologize so much. So I locked down Seated VR and the Jimmini Show on Twitch. So Jimmini Show, I've locked down an account on Twitch. And I will be playing as Seated VR, so that'll be interesting. It's all set and ready to go, so I will be, yeah, I'm not even showing you the channel yet. Probably need to make it all one. Sorry, trying to find stuff. What's he doing? Hey, you buddy. What you doing? There we are. 3 subs. You guys are awesome. Watch the freaking video that's on there, though. We get to watch you. Twitch sounds close to normal. Lol, lol, lol. You guys think you're so damn funny, but you are. Don't forget to hit the like button, too. Come on in. Say some shit. There's 30 of you. I should see more than just my mods and a couple of people. Can I be a sponsor? I'd love to do any partnerships or collabs. A sponsor pays me to advertise them. It's not a collaboration. I'll watch the video once I get off of here. Sounds good. But yeah, I want to do stuff like that. And let me tell you, right now I've got, just from yesterday, I've got, let's see, that one's already up. So that one was 10 gigs, 50 gigs, 90, 104, 134, 150, 190. That one was a fail. 230, 270, 285. Just since yesterday, I have 300 gigabytes of video that I have to go through because apparently my system is recording at my headset's resolution, which is 4K. Do I have that famous gun? I know I'm going to regret this because I know what you're about to type, but which gun do you mean, sir? Dude, are you already asleep? Yep. Oh, man. He went stiff-legged and sleepy. Do I have that famous gun? Incognito, what's up? You don't want to let us watch in 4K? Oh, no, you can watch in 4K. It's just when I go to edit it. So the first video, the one I put up on this channel and Seated, those were just raw files directly from OBS that were recorded and saved onto my computer. I need to edit the next video as well as all the subsequent videos, so it will reduce the file size, and I'll probably knock it down to 1080p or 1440p. King, what's up? He's got some good videos. Watch some on my lunch break today. Who's that? Who's got some good videos? You seen Canik is now selling a watered-down SRT under the T1? No. Are they bringing back the 1 series? That is interesting. What's the rifle up top? If you mean the very top one, that one is a Sears Model 43-103. The one below it is a Ruger 1022 and a heat seeker chassis. Booty, what's up? Thank you for saying that. Booty, appreciate that one. What do I think about this Glock bullshit? Which Glock bullshit? Which Glock bullshit? What Glock bullshit? Is Glock in bullshit again? Dude, I'm not paying attention to Glock. You know that. Saw the Sears one, but yeah, I meant the Ruger 1022. Yeah, that's a Sharps Brothers heat seeker chassis, it's called. Yeah, I need people to sign up on that other channel because, again, if worst case were to ever happen and I got fucked and they canceled my channel, I need other channels to fall back on. Look up Lipsy's under block. No, just tell me what's going on, dude. I don't want to look them up. I don't care enough about it to actually look it up. Come on. Do the work for me, man. Yeah, I appreciate you checking out my stuff, Joe. Glock is canceling all their guns except the 42, 43, 43X, and 45. Did they officially say that? Discontinued a number of models to streamline it. Pause sales of its COA. Proprietary military is facing challenges from new state laws. In April 25, they discontinued existing models. Let's see. Glock. Discontinued commercial. Really? Fuck you, Glock. Verify your age. So, 17 Gen 4, Gen 5, MOS, Classic Gen 3, Gen L, or 17L, Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 4, Gen 4 MOS 19, so the 19 is still in production. All the Gen 4s 20 and 21, they're killing off the 21 small frame. The 22 is being killed, that's fine. They're keeping the Gen 5 23, 24, 26. They're killing the 27, 29. They're keeping the Gen 5 31, 32, 33, 34s. Killing the MOS 35, or Gen 5. Keeping the Gen 5 35, Gen 5 35 MOS. Keeping the 36, 37, Gen 5, 38, 39. 40, 41, 41, and the 49. So they're killing the 49. Okay, well the 49 didn't make any sense anyway. So they're keeping a lot more models. Hello, Tupac. Get ready for just 5 models? I mean, yeah. Is that a Rhino? No, it's a 3D printed copy of a Chiappa Rhino. Hello, Christopher. Are they real guns? Yes. Just subbed to the gaming channel. Been a hot minute, man. How you been? What's new? Not much, man. Just kind of working on growing YouTube as an entire thing. I've picked up 2 sponsors that are actually paying to be sponsors, which is cool. And then we're just gonna keep on working it out, dude. If I can get 4 to 6 sponsors a month, that would definitely take care of my ability to then just sit around and make videos, man. Take care of my dog, make videos, build computers, play with guns, try to live the life, man. Just tuned in. Am I a sick fan? I don't know what a sick fan is. You liked and subbed. Thank you. How do you feel about Glock being discontinued? I can't wait for them to shutter their doors in America and never sell another gun. Glock is perfection. That's why almost their entire lineup is being banned in California. Also, the hole in my shirt is very distracting, and I don't care much. There. Oh, am I a SIG fan? Yes, Liam, I am a SIG fan. I do like Sig Sauer pistols, pistoleros, pistolitos. I was looking at that. Yeah, Rocky got a little aggressive when we were playing the other day, and apparently I threw the shirt back on for tonight's live stream. Wasn't thinking about it, and wound up with the hole in my shirt. This guy is the man. Is that a staccato? No, if you're referring to the black one up there, that's actually a Gerson Match X. It's like the XC at home, only I've gone completely through the gun. It's got all Wilson internals, fully custom finish on it, as well as tuning. It's got a 1.9 pound trigger in it now. It's actually better than a staccato. And I've got nothing into it other than the bluing, so I've got like $200 into it. I made a mistake. My voice is shot from scaring people, and I just had buffalo wings. Not a good idea. Glock models right now are going up in price in my area since they are banning them now. Oh, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Look, guys, Glock has been resting on their laurels since they came out with the first 17 in the United States. It is now biting them in the ass. Period. That's all there is to it. Their modified double action, fuck you, it's a single action that just finishes the stroke. When the trigger does one thing, finishes the stroke, that's a single action. That's what I think about Glock. Also, now there's a booger on my floor. Pistol! Let's go! Also, go over to Pistol Pete, man. Pistol Pete is a much better shooter than I am. He has much better guns than I am. I just happen to be an idiot that got lucky with some shorts videos. That's all it is. Pistol Pete should be the one sitting there with the check mark looking at me and laughing. Discontinuing. No, I get it, what you're talking about. Yeah, so everybody get over there. Here's the deal. The 2A community is not the fashion community. We are not the makeup community. We are not the cross-dresser community unless you pay another $900. We have more than enough fans, content, and time to go around to everybody. So if you like me, go over to Pistol Pete. Sign up with Pistol Pete. Go over to Bruce Banner. Sign up with Bruce Banner. Go over to Tactical Llama, Desert Armory. Go over to all these guys that have copied me and started doing live streams with shit behind. I'm just fucking with you. But just go over there and sign up to these people, man. Grow every channel over 100K so that YouTube has to sit there and go, look, these channels are actually gentle, knowledgeable, and they serve their community. So we need to stop cracking down on everybody and take it on a case-by-case basis. Liam, you can have your own opinion, but don't fucking tell me what to do. Because with what you're saying, you are absolutely proving that you know nothing about SIGs. How do you feel about Smith & Wesson? I like a lot of their guns. They manufacture a lot of good guns. Just like any manufacturer, they've made a few that I'm not a big fan of. Honestly, the E-Series 1911s are cool, but I'm not a fan of external extractors. Honestly, I'm really not. The Ruger does look nice, doesn't it, man? What's up? Can you recommend some ultra slim grips for a 229? Not really. I don't really mess with grips. Go over to Lock. I think Lock makes some of the thinnest ones. Thoughts on the SIG M18? They're fine. SIGs are fine. If the gun is built after 2021, it is not susceptible to uncommanded discharges. If you are worried about your cheap-ass entry-level SIG 320 going off, put a flat-face trigger in it. The minute you go to the X face trigger, flat face X trigger into your SIG pistol, There are no reported cases of an X-frame 320 going off. Even an M17X with the flat face trigger has never been involved in an uncommanded discharge. The only thing they are susceptible to is unsupported chambers. Do you have bad shooting days? I haven't shot in a year or so. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Pretty upset about it. Oh, absolutely, Bart. I'm very health challenged. There are sometimes I'll go out to the range, I can barely hold the gun up. I'm shaking so bad that I'm wobbling all over the place. I haven't been to the range in 3 weeks because of Rocky. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to spend an hour down there. I am going to put some rounds down range through the Darya 9 and the Firestar 45 so I can make some content on those. And I'm going to have some fun. If you get it at the right price, because ammo's still pricey as fuck for what it is. Which gun? I already forgot. What do you know about the Colt Gold Cup trophy? CZ bought Colt during their bankruptcy. Hopefully they've invested the money necessary to bring them back to the standard they used to be. I know that Colts between like 2014 and 2019 are pretty shitty. So if you're getting an older one, they're good. If you're getting a newer one, I wouldn't bother. Pistol Pete just subscribed. Pistol Pete is a good fucking dude. What's going on with Rocky? He's sleeping. He's having a loose day, a soft day, just a chill day. He and I hung out, took a nap, went to a couple of stores, met some people. We just kind of one of those days. Just one of those days. You know it, brothers. Usually goes live later at night. Yep. Is Colt CZ making revolvers? So Colt still makes revolvers, and CZ owns Colt. I'm interested to see if CZ takes some of their guns and turns them into CZ branded revolvers. That's the reason CZ bought Dan Wesson. CZ wanted Dan Wesson's revolvers to sell in Europe, and it never panned out. What GPU do you have? That is an MSI RTX 4070 Ti. That's the real answer. The next person that asks it, I'm going to tell them it's a GTX 460. Just to mess with them. Don't take offense. That's an AMD Radeon RX 480. It's the 4 gigabyte model. The Gigamite? It's got the Vegemite, the hole in my shirt. My son has a test tomorrow on counting by threes from 0 to 102. What are you, fucking British? It's 100. Your thoughts on the FRT craze? Not my thing, but if you like it, go for it, dude. FRTs are fun, but they waste a lot of ammo. So if you're willing to spend the money wasting on the ammo, go for it. But you're not going to be accurate with an FRT, especially in a pistol. You kidding me? You're sitting there trying to trigger slap an FRT and a Glock or an M&P 9 or some shit. That thing's going all over the place. What state are you out of? I am in Virginia. Do you think YouTube will ever stop screwing with 2A channels? No, because YouTube is owned by Google. Google is a money-making entity. They are a profit entity. Stop waving at me. Thank you. Hi. They will never stop because as long as guns are considered by stupid people to be dangerous, those people will vote with their pocketbooks, and then YouTube will knuckle under. Do you like guns? Not in a sexual sense. It does not align with their agenda. Yep. Like I said, the money is wrong, and the companies that are willing to advertise on 2A channels are not big enough. You're here because of the Glock ban. I am loving the Glock ban. I could give a shit less about the Glock ban. Because you know what it does? It's forcing Glock to break down their models into like 7 guns, which is still 6 too many. You want a Glock 17? Yes. What caliber? That's all you need. Why is your name that? Because it is popping up with your @ tag, your channel @ tag. That's what people search when they're looking for your channel. YouTube is doing it. Been a long time, Chris. How you doing? How many wrestlers go by, Joe? None go by. I take them all down. Dude, Rocky is running like a motherfucker right now. Of course. Did I wake you up, buddy? Sorry. How the hell do I change it back? You can't unless you change your @ thing to Chris somehow. Hi, buddy. You're running in your sleep. Make your tag what you want it. Yep. Imagine they ban 1911s. There's literally no reason to ban a 1911. It's low capacity and slow firing. It has 3 safeties on it. Best 45 that's not a 1911. Oh, that's actually a good question. I would probably say an H&K USP Elite or USP Marksman in 45 would probably be like a really solid 45. If you're looking for something more domestic, Smith & Wesson M&P in 45 is a super reasonable choice. Also a CZ97 if you can get your hands on one. Excellent 45s. Yeah, considering they are canceling or getting rid of most of the Glock 21s, not really, not anymore. The FNX 45 is really good too. Yeah, there's rumors about Glock discontinuing all their 3, 4, and 5 models. No, most of the Generation 5 guns are staying. The only ones they're canceling are the ones that they designed specifically to sell in California. What's your favorite handgun? 1911 platform is my favorite. You have a Ruger P45 metal frame. A metal frame one I would rock, but I do not like the P45 with the polymer frame because it has polymer rails. Okay, that makes more sense. Yep. So they're discontinuing the 3s and the 4s because, well, number one, 4s were never California compliant. No, they were Cali compliant. It was were they? I can't remember which way it goes. But one of them were stupid. That's P345. Gotcha. So when we were just getting all the California compliance models discontinued, we can still get the Gen 3. No, they're discontinuing the 3 of almost everything. You have a TT30? No. I have a serious question. You can try. When I worked at a warehouse, they had electric pallet jacks called Big Joe, made work a lot easier. Is Olight legit? Yes. Olights are good. Olight had some issues when there was an unfortunate report of an accident of a guy dying because a Olight blew up in his mouth. That wasn't the fault of Olight. It was actually the fault of the battery manufacturer because they were lithium-ion batteries that had gotten wet and exploded. Damn, I still need like 3 or 4 of the Gen 3 models to complete my collection that I want to have in Gen 3 Glocks. It's not hard, just get them, dude. Is 38 Super worth it? In what capacity, Todd? Are you talking about for daily carry? No. If you're talking about competition, there are some competitions where something like my STI Grandmaster would shine in 38 Super Major. How's the Glock tattoo? It's still there. You guys only get 6 more months before I remove it. Or black it out. Hey man, gonna jump out, take a shower before I go. Not sure if you didn't see, but I'm going to my first gun show in a month. Do you have any tips or advice? Yes, walk the whole floor before you buy something. You could find something at one table that's 800, that's 400, 300 feet away. So walk all the tables, especially if it's something common. John Dillinger carried a 38 Super. Okay. Yeah, ammo tends to be because you can buy it tax-free and at bulk prices. Do you have a 50 cal? Not anymore. Sold it. I had a Desert Eagle. I've never owned a Barrett. I do want to get a Barrett, which is why I'm happy that I'm getting some sponsors to the channel. I'm growing the channel. You guys are helping. So when you like and subscribe and all that shit, um, I don't want your money. You can send me your money if you're really desperate to send people money because you need a tax write-off. But no, I want sponsorship money. Will PSA or Ruger benefit more? Here's the thing. Those companies got their sales because of what they built, not because Glock had good sales or bad sales. Glock losing a customer base in one state really is what this is boiling down to, causing them to discontinue all their lookalike models. PSA and RXM is a Glock 19, Glock 19X when it has a 17 round frame, and the Dagger is again a 19 or a 17. Those models are still in production in Glock and they're not going anywhere. So there's literally nothing to really compare. It's not going to affect them at all. What's your daily carry? 1911. It's not an ammo show, though. That's why ammo's cheaper at a gun show. Cam comes in with a $3 donation. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Every time somebody donates $1 to me, an angel farts. So let's get heaven stinky. The rumor is as of November 30th, all except for 4348. No. That's not true. If you go to Glock's website right now, they have a full list of the guns that are discontinued. Nice collection. About how much money do you think you've invested into the guns alone? I don't even consider the amount that I've gone through. So since 2017, I've bought and sold over 1,000 guns. Carved gun or a stick gun found outside? Either. How's your Mac 5 doing, Chris? Joe, what do you think of the Beretta APX A1 Tactical? I like that gun. The takedown on the Beretta APX A1 is a little goofy, so you got to be cognizant of it when you put it back together. But other than that, it's a solid gun. Holy sweet mother of all that exists, you handle a lot of guns. Yeah, I do. What's up? Did you get your ears raised? Did I get my ears raised? Oh, did I get a haircut? Yeah, I shaved it all off. Hello from Brazil. What is up, Brazil? What's the most expensive gun in your collection? That's a very open-ended question because it could vary from day to day. Like the most expensive gun on the wall right now is about $2,600, but I do have like my STI Grandmaster, although it's at my buddy's place because he's thinking about buying it. That's a $5,000 handgun, but I don't have like super expensive guns. Looks great. I got bored and I didn't feel like paying a barber. Is the Glock handling the need of the anti-2? People will go elsewhere because of the principle. No, they won't. Glock fanatics are fucking idiots. Every person that is loyal to Glock will stay loyal to Glock even if all they sold was a fucking airsoft gun. What gun's your favorite? Is there one you wish you had? I want my TSO back, but right now my favorite guns are my 1911s. My Dan Wesson DWX up there is really high on my list of guns I really like, but that's just because I messed up the finish a lot on purpose. Would you run the Canik Meta Prime? I'm thinking about picking one up. I don't like compact guns. It's a solid gun. I recently repurchased a SIG Fuse, a 365 Fuse. That's about as small as I'll go, but the Prime is a nice shooting gun. If I was to run a smaller gun, I would run the Prime. I would run something comped. In fact, we're building a super cool-ass comped 365 for a buddy of mine. If no more Glocks, whatever would be the best beginner recommended gun, huh? As I said at the beginning of this video, you need to go to a gun store and see what guns you like the best. Smith & Wesson M&P series is, in my opinion, better than Glocks, and they're as reliable now. And there's plenty of clones out there. Is there a gun that you find annoying or difficult to handle, use, or carry? Walther PK380. They have a guide rod that's about this long with a spring that's that long, and the spring has to be in the slide when you reassemble it, and it's really fucking fiddly because the spring is so soft that it moves around too much. Can Cajun Gunworks lighten the trigger on my 1911 down to 3 pounds or less? You'd have to ask them that. It's not hard to lighten the trigger on a 1911. You can do that by bending one tine on the back, the rear spring on the gun. My 2011 up there has a 1.9 pound trigger in it. It must be difficult. It's annoying more than anything. Yeah, when you're reassembling a gun and the spring goes flying everywhere because the guide rod isn't long enough to maintain the tension on the spring, that's annoying to me. You're 2011. Dude, you're getting a Kuna. Leave it alone. Yo, what's up? Random, what's up, man? I just poked myself in the eye. What's your favorite pistol? 1911s. Always has been. Always will be. Also, go sign up to my VR channel, Seated VR. I'm putting up a new video tomorrow. I'm also putting up a video on the Star Arms Firestar on this channel. I'll also be putting up the Seated VR video. So for a while, until I get Seated VR up and off the ground, I will be posting both on here, but that will not affect the gun videos since I'm going to be doing mostly VR gun videos. I may actually do the hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades review video where I review all the guns in that game and compare them to their real life counterparts, because outside of the weird things like the Deaglov and shit that they put into the game, I have owned most of the guns in that game. Have you ever ordered off performance triggers they sell, like the G-Flex and stuff like that? I have not, other than like Steel City Arsenal. I've never gone with G-Flex or Timney, although I have a Timney trigger for my RXM. Which gun that you can think of had the hardest kick? My buddy's Barrett M82A1. Dude, Loki, a half of a bright gray M17 with a long suppressor with the blue laser sounds pretty cool. I guess so, but lasers are, unless you're using that shit in close quarters, lasers, especially blue ones, are stupid. They don't have the distance you need, bro. And unless you're in a super foggy room, you're not going to see the beam anyways. Have you had any mishaps with your guns? Yes, I had a negligent discharge. I've always been honest about that. I had blued a Tokarev TT33. It was all damaged, the finish was, so I sanded it down. I re-blued the gun, and for some goddamn reason, I had loaded the gun before I put it back in my safe, and I forgot that I did it. And this was a pre-import TT33, so it had no safeties on it. Original TT33s do not have external manual safeties on them. And I was looking at it, and I had the gun in my hand pointing away, thankfully, thank fucking God, because I was looking at the trigger, and for some reason I tapped the trigger. I took the mag out of it, but I forgot that I had racked it. So the mag was out of it, and I tapped the trigger, and I fired it, and sent the 7.62 x 25 round into a concrete wall. Have I seen the TTI Gen 3rd Gen Gen 12? Yes, I've seen it. It's so much money, though, I'll never touch one. I ordered some super safeties off them, waiting for them to come in. Okay. Loki, want to get one of the conversion kits. Gotcha. Honestly, Stone, I've just been a mess for a while. I haven't really talked to anyone. Yeah, it's been a long time, Chris. You want your Discord back? Although I promised I'd start posting on there at least once a day, so I'm giving YouTube a real chance, which is why, segue, I need you guys to hit the like and the subscribe button for me. I need to grow the channel. I need more sponsors. I've got 2 right now that are actually paying sponsors, not just review sample sponsors. So I'm trying to get this channel self-sufficient. This channel, the dog channel, the tech channel, and my new VR channel, I want them all to get to the level where I can generate enough income that I can just sit here for 6 hours a day and make a living. Is it still going? Yeah, it's still up, dude. Loudest gun you've had. The loudest gun I've personally owned was my Smith & Wesson 460 XVR revolver. It's the baby brother to the Smith & Wesson 500. Can you walk? Yes, I can walk, but I can't use VR because unless I'm seated, because I have no sense of balance. I have no feet, so my gyro is all fucked up. So when I try to play VR games, I'll fall over. Like, even with the pass-through, I have trouble standing up in VR. But yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. $2 a month. When we get to 100 members, I will start doing giveaways again, and every 100 members after that increases the giveaway value. So keep that in mind. Is your eye okay? You're still squinting after you poked it. My eyes are always squinty because I have bright LED lights that I have to use in here, and I'm very sensitive to light. Shot my SD9 VE into the ceiling about 10 years ago. My wife SR22 has a mag disconnect, so I was playing with that, then removed the mag on mine and pulled the trigger. Yeah, see, it's also, being able to admit when you have an ND is a very big thing. It's a learning experience. I had been messing with guns for 4 years at that point. This was in 2021, 2020, somewhere in there. And I had a negligent discharge because I was the dumbass. Since then, my brain has always told me it doesn't matter if I'm the one that set it down. When I pick up a gun, I always rack it now. Llama, what is going on, sir? Nothing to do with being Oriental. Honestly, it doesn't. A lot of Oriental people go wide-eye or white-eyed when they read. I don't. Please don't give me away. I won't give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Do I have a P220? Not anymore. I had the Legion. It shot like shit, so I sold it. Kablamo! What's up, kids? I noticed all y'all started following Mr. Tactical Llama over there. That's fucking awesome. He's got some cool guns, man. Make sure everybody that's in here, go sign up to Tactical Llama, Kablamo, Imo Alchemist, Chanson, Pistol Pete, Desert Tech Armory. By the way, all these people, I'm the original. Do I have a Tommy gun? No, I kind of want one though. Tactical Llama is my homie. Nice, Moist. I went hunting for my first time today. Guess what I saw? Absolutely nothing. Everybody was wearing camo. My uncle had a traumatic experience when he was a teenager. Actually shot his friend between the eyes when they were playing with the gun. Jesus Christ. Hello from South Texas. What is up? I've got a Tommy gun. It's just a plaything. It also stores his ammo. Jimmini is #1. Thank you, Kablamo. Yeah, I say it all the time and I will continue to say it. I'm not like these fucks that sit there and say, oh, I'm the only one making content that you should watch. Hell no. I tell you guys all the time, if you take one idiot's opinion, look where I'm pointing, if you take one idiot's opinion without fact checking me or going and checking out other people's videos, that can be an issue for you. So make sure that you watch as much stuff as you can. When you're out there and you're trying to find information on a 1911 and it's a common gun, or the DWX and that's a common gun, or the RXM and that's a common gun, don't just watch me because you like me and say fuck you to everybody else. Watch 7, 8, 9, 12 other videos, because a lot of us will say one or two things that will differ from each other, but you will get a congealed and confirmed basis of knowledge out of watching multiple people. What's the weird green gun? The weird green gun is a 3D printed copy of a Chiappa Rhino. My buddy Drunk Mouse made it because he knows how much I hate Chiappa. Check your sources and check your resources. You should also do both, Mr. Oruchi. That's great advice. It's the advice I always use, man. If I'm trying to do research, like before I buy a gun or before I make a video, I'll watch 10 videos on a gun before I order one just because I want to make sure that I think I might want to do something with it. Do a barrel roll. I wish I could, goat. I watch this channel just so I can expose him in his lies. Yeah, well, you know, Stone was watching me the other day when I was fighting a volcano. Motherfucker, I need you to get back into Ghosted to Board because I have these missions I have to do and I need you to kill everybody. Yep, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. But a little bit of knowledge is dangerous. That's where the issue comes in. I talk a big game like I'm this smart-ass mother-father because I am, but doesn't mean I'm always right. I am, but it doesn't mean I'm always right. I am, but it doesn't mean I'm always right. Oh, shit, Alex, if you became a felon and had to get rid of all the guns, what would you use for self-defense? Do you know a good less than lethal? It'd be difficult to really recommend something because I've never considered that one, but that's a great question, Alex. Tasers can be a good idea. You can carry pepper ball guns as a felon. You can carry black powder as a felon. Now, using a black powder revolver in the commission of a felony after you've become a felon, it can probably gain extra charges if you get in trouble for using it, but it's not considered a firearm. So a black powder revolver, a ball and cap black powder revolver could be the answer for you. What would a monkey do if you gave one a gun? Probably bang it on the ground. I'm terrible at that. You don't have to be great. I just need you to kill half the people, so I only have to kill half the people. I have these $1 million containers. I'll give you one. Full of gold. Martial arts. Is Ghosted Board fun? I've seen it on the store, but I've never tried it. It's both fun and frustrating. If you see my review, the Jimmini Show, I have a review up there. They claim that the game has AI, but it doesn't, and I actually demonstrate it in a couple of the videos I do. It uses the GPS or the grid targeting of your character to kill you, so the enemy can hit you at 150 yards using a Makarov around a corner through a rock, and that gets annoying. Word, thank you for your input. A crossbow might be a bad idea because that's hard to conceal. Have you ever eaten at Peking Gourmet Inn? No. Dual wield tomahawks, that would be interesting. PCP air rifle in 45 or 30 is not illegal. You can always put a silencer or a modulator on it. Air guns are legal. Yes, because they are not a federally controlled item. But there is a fine line that you always have to consider. If you are carrying anything that can be used in the same way as a firearm, and you are the aggressor in a situation, you're using that black powder, you're using a 1,500 foot per second PCP rifle to shoot somebody, they can still charge you and add charges. Just because it's not a firearm doesn't mean you aren't committing a crime. I saw a video guy giving a monkey an AK and it fired it. That's interesting. Use a big stick or any pre-1899. Lol. If you're going to carry a crossbow, you don't need to conceal it. That's true. If you had to give up your guns for any reason at all, what would you do with them, assuming you had free will to choose? I'd probably tell Stone to open up his checkbook and just sell them all to him. No, I have multiple people that I can just sell all my guns to if I needed to. I have people that have money. Money is something I don't have. But if I had money, I could do stuff with it. So my goal every live stream, I'm on Mondays through Fridays. I want to get 100 subscribers and 10 members. So become a member, $2 a month. Let's see. No power there, no charges. No powder, no charges. Trust me, if you're doing something that's getting the attention of a prosecutor or an attorney general or somebody, they can charge you, dude. Look at what they did to FPS Russia. Kyle, they tried to get him for destroying a serial number when a Cerakoder partially obscured one. Secular. Watching the Lion games, just peeking for a minute. Nice. Getting a crossbow for my dad for Christmas. Cool. Get your Kimber back. Hello, Daniel. I meant for home defense a crossbow. Interesting. ATF only gets involved if it uses powder and primer. Okay, Wyatt, we're having two separate conversations, son. At any time, am I saying ATF? Listen, they have crossbows, regular bows that can launch ball bearings. I guarantee you 1,000% they will kill somebody. Stone and Justin have seen them. Oh, I know there are, dude. There's crossbow bolts that will penetrate body armor. Yeah. Kyle got screwed with dabs, I thought. So, if you watch the PKA Painkiller Already episode where he explains what happens, he got pinched because he picked up hash while wearing shorts, as he explains it. He says that because he was wearing shorts when he went and picked up the package, they assumed that it was all just recreational and he had the intent to sell it. So he said they were trying to hit him with like enough charges to put him away for life, and that he wound up agreeing to a plea agreement to get it down to, what did he wind up serving? I think he said 2 months or something like that, because they were going to try to throw the book at him. I have 2 compound bows, but one that I've set up for bow fishing. I like that one a lot, and I don't want to get rid of it. Don't get rid of it, then. Dude is real life 10th prestige. I don't know what you're meaning, but I thank you, I think. How many of you have hit the like? Tonight there's going to be a jailbreak somewhere in the town. And God, Virginia legalized weed, best thing this state has done in a long time. I mean, yeah, as a recreational thing, I don't give a shit if you smoke weed. I don't care. I just ask that you be responsible, you know. If you wouldn't drink when you're completely drunk, don't drive when you're so stoned that you're falling asleep, man. I don't give a shit. Weed doesn't, nobody's died from a THC overdose that I know of. I'm sure it's possible, but it might not be possible. Look at fucking Snoop Dogg and fucking Willie Nelson. Yeah, but you just got to be careful, man. Especially new time, first time users, keep that in mind. But you also have to keep in mind that if you try to get a medical marijuana card just because you're in Virginia, if you get a medical marijuana card in the state of Virginia, you are automatically forbidden from buying guns. So weigh the pros and cons before you try to do it and say that you need a prescription for it. Do you like CZ? Yes, Sammy, I definitely do. I always thought it was funny. Duke boys use compound bows because they were felonies, but they would strap dynamite to the bolts. I mean, tannerite is legal, so if you strap some tannerite to the front of a bolt and fire it, if it goes off, it works. You hit the like at the beginning. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Also, Seated VR, at Seated VR. Everybody that likes me and subscribes to me, go over there and like and subscribe, dude. I need to get that channel monetized. If I can get a video game channel monetized, oh, what are you talking about? We're going to be rolling in the gun money. Oh, random. I didn't need a medical card before it was legalized. I still don't need one now. The black market is far cheaper, and also always smoke responsibly. Yeah, like I said, dude, I don't give a fuck. I've tried it. It does nothing. I've done gummies. I've done all kinds of shit. I don't care. If you do weed because it relaxes you, fine. You know, you're not sucking dick for weed. If you're sucking dick for weed, you've got bigger problems than Willie Nelson, and that's really hard to do. What's your favorite CZ gun? In my current possession, a PO1, SPO1. That I've ever owned? I think it was an orange. I shot tannerite in July. It was fine, not that powerful, but the jars are small. Yep, you just got to be careful. Most gun ranges I've been to won't let you in if you smell like weed. Yes, and in fact, most gun stores, the ATF tells you now, because we're Virginia, we're an at-will service state. I can just refuse service, and the ATF encourages gun stores to just refuse a sale. If somebody comes in smelling of alcohol or marijuana, you can't accuse them of being high or drunk, but you can refuse to sell them something when they're there. My dad has a Scorpion. Those are fun. Sub and comment left. Thank you. He gets weed from a black guy, so he calls it the black market. You ever see that episode of Family Guy? Peter, oh my God. Government came and took my babies. Where'd you get heroin? From the blacks. What? Yeah, black supermarket. So air rifle like an Air Force Texan 50 cal. I got one for my 15-year-olds, knows how to hit a target over a mile. Yeah, isn't that shit crazy, man? There was a video that 22 Plinkster did. I encourage you guys to go check it out. Him and an air gunner were competing to see who could hit out the farthest, and they were both going like 400-500 yards with air guns and 22s. Why is it so warm in here? Did you turn on the heat, Rocky? Yeah, man, you turned up the heat, man. It's because I turned off the air conditioner, man. Black's Hardware Store. Walls. My right nipple feels like it's on the wrong side of my body. Is that normal? I'm going to watch porn now. I'm going to dark side fill it and rub one out. What is it, 9 o'clock? How you guys doing? Also, I can tell you for a fact that is an extremely well-made graphics card because that Tanfolio, the bright red handle, fell onto it while I was making a shorts video. It did knock it out of the slot and turn off the computer, but yes, it did. It was funny because I panicked and I was like, fuck. Because it's a 4070 Ti, it's still a $450 graphic card. Is your computer not in a case? No, I've got two big-ass computers. Here, I'll show you. I've got big computer cases, but I'm doing a new custom build, and I don't have parts for it yet. So until I get all the parts, I'm not worrying about it. Like, dude, that's a really nice Z790 MSI motherboard with a 1300-watt PSU. Yeah, so it's a really nice setup. That was the old PC case right there. That was a Enthoo 719 Pro. And that right there is a Corsair 1000D. You can see how big it is compared to my dog, or at least my dog's ass. I can fit a 12-gauge shotgun, the KS7 in there. So, yeah. While I have the phone out, let's go ahead and do the wall. Tanfolio Witness, 9mm. The Dan Wesson DWX. Those are the Dan Wesson's grips on that gun. But yeah, the Dan Wesson DWX. Battle Worn Edition with the Fast Fire, the Fast Fire E mailbox from Burris. The XF Pro, the Match X, the Hammerly, the Chris Sphinx, the Barkeep, my suppressor, my High Point, my 1022, and that's it for tonight. I actually don't have all the guns up there because I'm going to the range tomorrow, and many of them are loaded. Oh, fuck me. Did that just turn off? No, it didn't. We're fine. You like my crotch in those videos? Yeah. All right, we're in our second hour, kids. So again, like, subscribe, become a member. $2 a month, guys. You spend $2 a month. We get to 100 members, I will do a giveaway of some sort. It's a nice Gerson. Not really. It's shit. That's why I'm keeping it. By the way, I'm in Pennsylvania. It's pretty kinky, scary. Kind of scary with guns and laws. Trump or Sleepy Joe is still the same. Here's the thing, and I want to put this out there, okay? And I'm not trying to deflect politics in saying this. Trump, Biden, Kamala, Hillary, none of those individuals have anything to do with gun control. every single piece of gun control legislature that has been proposed, passed, offered, denied, vetoed, shut down has been 100% backed by some sort of fucking money. My brain just went blank on what they're called. But yes, if you believe that politicians do things because they believe it, you're out of your mind. Michael Bloomberg, who is a New York resident, paid for the entire campaign for the former mayor or governor of Virginia to try to win the election again. Because he wanted that man to become president, because he would have been a bought and paid for fucking patsy. Lobbyist. Thank you. My brain just literally... I have brain damage like you wouldn't believe. So yes, I lost the word for a minute. Thought Donald Jr. was a pretty big shooting sportsman, and I believe you are referring to super PACs. Not even super PACs, man. I'm not talking about what they think in terms of that. I'm telling you that no politician. There is not one politician that I have seen that is not controlled by some lobbyist at some level. Look at what fucking Elon Musk did by supporting Trump. Got himself a position running a department laughingly fucking called Doge, and then gets into a fight with Trump and their enemies. Money runs politics. Money runs the country. Money determines what it is. If multi-billionaires were paying all the political people, the politicians, if they were all being paid to reject every gun control piece of legislature that comes through, I guarantee you we would be the most free country when it comes to guns. We already are, but I mean there would literally be no control over guns if the rich decided they wanted it that way. West Virginia and Pennsylvania laws coming from California and the Great Islands makes no sense. I agree with you. I mean, West Virginia has constitutional carry and no tax on ammo, so they've got it better than we do in Virginia, I'll tell you that much. Just an FYI, Glock is stopping production of current models with the backplate. New gens won't have it. I thought it'd be a good time to grab one up. Here's the thing, though, man. There are, probably 100 million Glocks in the United States, give or take. It's not going to be hard to find a Glock. Glocks are not going up in value the way you think they are. In fact, Palmetto State Armory is selling Glock 21 law enforcement trade-ins for $300 fucking dollars. But that's fine if they were going to remove the backplate. They just have to do it like Canik does and all the other companies where you unlock the gun, slide it forward a little bit, and lift it straight up. Money, 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 my boy, agree. Yep. And it is a cynical way to look at politics, but it's been proven because we have 24-hour news cycles, because we have 24-hour C-SPAN, because we have all these Nimrod politicians that keep on running their fucking mouths on Twitter, Instagram, in the news, in media, going to any kind of event that in any way aligns with something their lobbyist tells them to do. I think politicians should have to wear sponsor logos the same way NASCAR does. Because you'd have Big Tobacco, fucking DARPA, or fucking Lockheed Martin on the back of some dudes and all. I said DARPA, dog. You okay? You okay, buddy? Yeah, he doesn't like it when I get political. I don't like Glock because they don't have the standard safety button like other guns. What do you mean? They have the trigger safety. Smith & Wesson uses them. I mean, a lot of companies offer a manual safety, but yeah. The fact that me and Booty Bandit said the exact same thing at the exact same time is kind of funny. But that's my opinion, dude. I'm not trying to get into politics. I'm trying to end politics. Thoughts on Smith & Wesson AR-15 Sport 3 as a beginner piece? Recommended. 100% recommended. It's a little bit more pricey than like the Diamondback or the Radicals, but the Gen 3 has the free-floating handguard, so you don't have the A2 front sight post to worry about. The quality is definitely there. They run reliably because it's using the same basic build as the Sport 2s. 100%. Get the Sport 2 Gen 3s or the Sport Gen 3 Fortnite Sports. It highly recommended. Guns are offensive. You shouldn't show them on your stream. Guns have no ability to do anything, neither positive nor negative. Your words are offensive. You shouldn't be on a stream. Y'all believe they've been to the moon? Yes, it's been documented and proven. It would have been more expensive to fake the moon landing in 1969 than it would have to go to the moon. Am I a football fan at all? I am a college ball fan. Basketball, hockey, football, doesn't matter. I'm a college ball fan because those are the guys that are actually playing for a reason and trying to get somewhere. I am not a fan of pro sports because they will go where the paycheck sends them and they will play according to their paycheck. What team? When I was... Oh, look at that nipple. You want to see it? It's right here. There it is. That's what ended the live stream. Honestly, right now, college football teams, I probably still like watching the Minnesota Gophers. I used to be a big Alabama supporter when I was younger. Can I take back my member? No. And he went at the silver level. I love you. A gun is just a spoon, not even a knife. A gun is no more dangerous than a hammer. Yet hammers are not federally controlled. The person wielding the item determines what happens with said item. So if you are an absolute nutsack who wants to commit violence against another person, then yes, guns are offensive because you're offensive, and when you get hold of a gun, you're going to be an offensive Nimrod. If you believe that they should only be used in the defense of others and protection of property, then they aren't offensive, they're defensive weapons. If you believe that guns can be used mostly in a sporting environment, I own an FFL, I worked at gun stores, so I'm kind of all over the map, but I'm not a fucking prepper. I'm not somebody that ever has a desire to go on a mass shooting. I am not one of those people that has a brain that likes to go to that dark place. I can go to that dark place. I've killed myself. I have the ability to go to dark places. Doesn't mean that I go there. My guns are lazy. They sit in the safe all day. Lately, because I haven't had to leave and go anywhere, my guns haven't left that wall, man. Some of them have so much fucking dog hair on them, I'm going to have to soak them in cleaner. The hammer is an unloaded gun, so load your wiener and be active. Okay, that came out of nowhere. I read that wrong, I hope. Yeah, I can tell you for a fact that if I set a gun down on my desk, it will never try to harm me. Look at the moron who was on the way to Atlanta airport today, not supposed to have it, had it, was streaming and talking about it. They got him when he pulled up. Yeah, see? That's exactly what I'm talking about. The social media idiots, the ones that get all of the I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. The notoriety from being a dumbass. Number one, getting notoriety for being a dumbass is a very short-lived thing. It seems longer because everybody hates you for the rest of your life, but a meme or a lolcow, they disappear quickly. Look at guys like Boogie2988 and Wings of Redemption. The minute they had their fucking downfall, they're done. Nobody gives a shit. People still make their documentaries about them. And unfortunately, some people that shouldn't be getting attacked are getting attacked for the stupidest fucking reasons. I have a hammer that costs more than the yeet cannon. Dude, I got one in there. I've got a DeWalt or some shit that I got from my buddy Sam. A gun is 100 times more dangerous than a hammer. No, it's not. A gun is not more dangerous than a hammer. You, again, are still associating the person holding the firearm to the hammer. To the gun. The gun is not sentient. The gun has no will. The gun doesn't care. The gun doesn't wake up and say, I'm killing that guy. The person that owns the firearm is the person that's 100 times more dangerous than a hammer. The fact that you want to argue that fact is disturbing. Any other Detroit fans here tonight? No. Echelon 4.5 comp or the metal M&P. I've had the M&P 2.0 metal. In fact, I sold it to Stone. The 4.5 comp is probably pretty solid, but I would go with the metal or go with the 4.5 comp and get the Sharps Brothers frame. You can kill 6 people in a minute with a gun. You can't do that in the hammer. The fuck you can't kill 6 people in a minute? Go over to fucking Sweden. Do you not remember when the dude fucking went nuts with a hammer and a fucking hatchet and killed 30 fucking people? Dude, don't just type shit when you don't know what you're talking about. I love this guy. He's not afraid to call people on their BS and politely correct them. Here's the thing. I am a very reasonable person when you are reasonable back. But when you're just typing shit to try to rile me up or to get other people to believe you, that's the problem with the internet. I am not that guy. That's why I don't like spam shit in here. I don't like people fucking saying stupid shit. This is for sensible, like-minded people. If I only have 25 people in here and we all get along, I would rather have that any fucking day of the week. I don't care if live streams make me money. But to sit there and be absolutely wrong and be so locked into being wrong that you honestly, and I believe you, basketball, that you think that you're right, you're not fucking right. More people die from drunk drivers, cigarettes, hammer, knife, hand violence than do by guns. So to sit there and say, you can kill 6 people a minute with a gun, no, a person can kill 6 people a minute with a gun. Stop associating the firearm as the only piece of information in that sentence. Your brain is going somewhere that is allowing you to absolutely lock into the fact that you think that way. That's fucking disturbing. You need help. How often do you have to clean your guns? What requires the least amount of maintenance? I clean my guns every time I shoot them. If they're properly oiled and maintained in a dry environment, you don't have to repeatedly clean them. Who cuts a hole in a shirt? This dude is great. Yeah, I speak 17 languages. And Hammer, do you think communications are needed when the end comes to the end? What do you do to prep? Well, I understand that if, let's say I didn't cut the hole, my dog bit the shirt. But when it comes to end of the world shit, I'm about an hour and 20 minutes outside of DC, so I'll have 15 to 20 minutes. If DC gets nuked, I have the mountain in the way. DC is at sea level, I'm 1,000 feet above, and there's a mountain between us. So I'll have 15 to 20 minutes before Fallout starts making it here. So my goal is to find a place to hunker down for Fallout to diminish. I have secured rooms in this building that have no windows, so I can get by for 2 to 3 weeks with what I have. At that point, I'm either going to have to become a scav or I'm just going to protect my property. Do you love Jesus? I don't love anything other than my dog, but I am religious. So your dog almost bit your nipple? No, the hole is down at my belly button, dude. The nipple is here. The hole is here, guys. Okay? The fact is, I held up the shirt because I'm not fat. My shirt fits. He bit my shirt when he was jumping in the air. Dude, great thought. I'm near TMI and Mr. Gates is looking to reopen TMI. I shot my guns every time I clean them. Nice. What's the teal small gun up there on your wall? That is a non-firing replica of a Chiappa Rhino made out of 3D printed material from my buddy Drunk Mouse. Somebody handle roartism, please. My dog is so tired. Good. I have to film after I'm done. I'm doing a lot of Ghost of Tabor stuff. Alright, what's the point of you guys being mods? Sick. Sick 'em. I'm gonna make Rocky a mod. Sick 'em. I usually wait till the day before to go to the range to clean what I'm bringing. What would be a good starting AR-15 for not super spendy? What do you consider not super spending? Diamondback and Radicals start at about 500. Smith and Wessons are in the 750. Ruger AR-556s are in the 700 to $800 range. FN makes the FN-15. That's a one and done gun for about $1,000. What kind of dog do you have? I have a German Shepherd, American Staffordshire, sleepy dog. Did Glock self-delete? I just woke up. Glock is under a lot of scrutiny because their guns require one piece of bent metal to become automatics. So they are discontinuing the lineup of a lot of guns that are easily converted and creating a Canik style system, a Walther style system, where it will no longer have an exposed removable backplate. Sorry I was cleaning up throw up. No worries, Cody. Throw up on the baby. It makes them learn their lessons. So Spanish and English, but I think you speak 3. Am I wrong? I don't speak multiple languages. I understand a lot of words in a lot of languages from selling cars, but I don't fluently speak any other language. I barely fucking speak English, man. I can speak taco. I have one mixed with Lab, full black. That's nice. So Rocky is now 72 pounds. I don't know how much heavier he's going to get. They say that he can get up to 90 pounds, his breed, but I don't think he's going to get that big because he was kind of stunted as a baby dog. Baby dog? A puppy? Because he was kept locked up all the time. But he's grown probably 2 to 3 inches since I got him in terms of height. And he's put on about 12 pounds since I got him. So he's going to be probably 75 pounds, which is perfect for me because I can still pick his ass up. My kid pooped out of her diaper, just cleaned up. You bought a Staccato. My condolences, sir. I'm a body shop manager, 40 years, so we can see eye to eye. I owned my own body shop for 10 years. In Minnesota, man, I used to make a lot of money every spring. My kids are sleeping. My kid is sleeping. So my dad treats my dog like it's his grandkid. He treats him more like a child than I do. I treat Rocky like he's my buddy. He's my buddy. He's my pal. He's my friend. He's my best bud. Fuck all you people. But he's not my kid. He's not my son. But if he ever got hurt because somebody ran a red light, I'm murdering that motherfucker. You just got a Zastava M70. Is that a good AK? Absolutely. Zastava makes good stuff. They rebuild them when they bring them in because they have to meet certain fucking rules for importation. And then they change out, I think, the wood furniture and stuff like that. But the guns in general are very solid. You will not outshoot or shoot out a Zastava. You got any 10 millimeters? No, not right now. My boys are asleep. Daughter won't lay down. Benadryl, the $7 babysitter. Do you have an MG42? No, that would be cool. Can I have $100,000? I'll go get one. You got the 170th anniversary. 170th anniversary. You sure about that? John Wick if they mess with Rocky. No, I'm telling you, dude, if I ever got into a car accident because some motherfucker like ran a red light because they were talking on their phone and shit and Rocky died, I'm going to jail for murder. You have one, your guns are pretty sick though. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Can I borrow it for a video? I promise I might remember to give it back. I had my buddy's Chris Vector for a year. No, I do Benadryl. NyQuil, they always know what you're doing, especially if you have the baby with you in the store. But if you're buying Benadryl and you just have to sniffle a lot. Oh, yeah, no, we got the baby a cat. Yeah. I'm with you, my dog is my best friend. Yep. Oh, I can borrow it. Awesome. Send me an email. I'll come get it tomorrow. Rocky, we got to go drive to get an MG42. That's the only true friend, bro. People are fake as frick. Yeah, dude, man. This dog, less than an hour after I got him home, after I got him home, was upside down in my lap, sleeping like a baby. That's the amount of trust he put into me. 4 days after I got him, I took him off leash. He's been my service dog for a month now. We go to stores, he's the perfect service dog. But we go to the park, this guy cuts loose like a Nimrod. Can't pick up guns. What's your next gun video? I'm doing the Star Arms Firestar, and I'm doing a follow-up from the range. Also, I put the optic on the DY9 because Daria is coming on as a sponsor, so I need to start repping them a little bit. There's some real ones out there. Y'all ain't jamming with the right ones. Oh, I've got some dudes that are fucking my friends, man, but they're not the people that I don't rely on anybody, brother. So when I had to have half of my foot cut off, I went to the hospital in my manual transmission Mustang, had them cut my fucking foot off, and I drove home the next day. To say that there's some real ones out there, 100%. I am one of those real ones. If Stone is what, 5 hours from me? Stone calls me up right now and says, bro, I can't find my contact lenses. I will fucking drive to North Carolina to help him, but I'm not going to ask him for that same help. You know what I mean? It's like the Godfather says. It's better to be owed a favor than owe a favor. Like when people borrowed me money for my store, fuck, dude, I feel like shit. You mean toes? No, I have stumps, bro. You've seen them. So I didn't even tell my parents when I had the amputations. I didn't tell my parents when I had my appendix out and had to drive home the next day. I didn't tell anybody when I drove to the hospital and drove into their yard, into the front lawn of the hospital because I was passing out as I was driving. I didn't tell anybody that I was in ICU and almost died. They found out 3 days later when I called somebody to bring me a charger. They're like, hey, man, can you bring me a phone charger? Dude, man, we haven't heard from you in days. I'm like, well, that's your fault. I love guns. No, I don't just show the stumps, bro. Stumps cost money. $20, I'll show the stumps. Sorry, bud. It's like a really nice pair of tits, man. It's better to imagine it anyways. Just imagine smooth stumps with scars all over them. You going to shoot the Ruger tomorrow? Yeah. I need a different scope, though. That's a shitty Amazon scope. The Chiappa Rhino is just a cheap copy of the Mateba Model 6, the Utica Model 6. Technically, not really, because Chiappa hired the designer of the Utica to create the Rhino. So it was actually designed by the same guy. That guy just happened to die, kind of like the way John Moses Browning died before the Browning High Power came out. So the Utica 6 is a self-loading revolver, an automatic revolver. It slides back and forth when you fire it. But the Rhino was designed by the creator. It's kind of like the Chevy HHR looks like a PT Cruiser, because the designer of the HHR is the guy that designed the PT Cruiser. It's the reason why the 2013 Fusions look like Aston Martins. That's because Ian Callum's brother worked for Aston Martin, so Ian Callum went to work for Ford and created an Aston-looking Ford to fuck with his brother. What's the biggest caliber you have? Currently 45-70. I don't have a lot of weird shit. My 308 has been jamming around in between. That's never fun. If it's jamming it between the bolt and the top of the receiver, I'm trying to think what would cause that. An extractor issue, maybe? Maybe the extractor is tearing the rim of your cartridges? The vault and feed ramp, put an adjustable gas block, board out, add gas port, change buffer, all kinds of stuff. Any ideas what it might be? I think that's why I went to that where I just went. Did you check like your extractor? And see if it's tearing the rims. Have you seen those electric disc guns? If you're talking about the rail guns, yeah, they're not as powerful as people think. I've seen people actually shot with them. But some days, if we ever get the real rail guns, that'll be pretty freaking amazing. I don't look left or right when racing. My dog is so asleep. Is Rocky okay? Hey, Rocky, you okay? I always have to watch him close, man. When he's like in a deep sleep, his breathing slows down to almost human rate, which is crazy. I will, thank you. Yeah, I'm just guessing at stuff, brother, because I'd have to see the gun. If I saw the gun, I could probably give you a more accurate idea. But yeah. Also, I need you guys to like and subscribe for another reason. I need to make money so I can finish my sleeves, man. I got nothing on the bicep. This whole back of my forearm is blank. I need to get the skull piston finished and another one on this side. I need to get more ink, dude. It's been like months. I'm fucking itchy. I'm also less itchy since all my hair grew back. Halloween live stream. If you want me to dress up in something stupid, you guys have to pay for it. We're $926 away from me wearing fake titties again. Yeah, it's a cool concept though. Less lethal and a felon can own it. Yeah. That is also a possibility, Heavenly. What I would say is pull down just slightly while you're firing it and see if it makes any difference. Prolific said hi. Hello, Prolific. How are you doing today? Are you having a day? Are you having a good day? Are you having a bad day? Are you having a weird day? Are you having a wonton day? Wonton day? Wontons day? Are you eating wontons? Are you not around here because it's Monday? All the Chinese joints in Winchester are closed on Mondays. I'm buying a new pistol, but I'm going down the rabbit hole and can't make a decision. When you plan on coming down next month? I mean, I'll come on the 1st. I don't give a shit. I do have to be here to drive my parents to the airport on the 7th. So that one I won't be available. And then on the 16th, I have to pick them up. So those days I'll be busy, but the rest of the time, anytime, bro. I have a succulent evening. That's awesome, bro. Thoughts on ignoring gun safety and looking down loaded barrels? If you do it, let me know what happens. Wife's birthday is this 1st, so we're going to go fishing. All right, you do you, and we'll talk after that, man. Talk to you all tomorrow night. All right, Joe. We'll see you tomorrow, brother. You think Glock parts and Glock price is going to go up? No. Glocks were never rare to begin with, and they're being discontinued because they can't be sold, not because they're inherently going to become collector's items. Glocks are so fucking prolific, and now that they're being discontinued, every law enforcement agent is going to start looking into replacements for Glock, which means that we're going to have here in the United States hundreds of thousands of used firearms flooding the market. The prices are going to fucking tank. And the price of parts are going to fucking tank. Because every manufacturer is going to be like, oh, everybody's buying them, so let's just sell them cheap. Everybody talks about Glock like they're fucking Ferraris. Glocks are like 1993 Toyota Camrys with 300,000 miles. Nobody gives a fuck. The minute you buy one and it becomes used, they're fucking worthless. You take a brand new Glock 19 out of the store, you take it to a pawn shop, you get $250 for it. Glocks are not special. They will never be special. There are probably 100 million Glocks in the world. They'll never be rare until the plastic they're made out of starts degrading. I'm so glad I'm not a Glock fanatic. Is that what's happening? I couldn't care. The fact this is happening, I couldn't care less. I don't know. I'm just sitting here laughing in 1911 because my 1911s still exist. I'm considering the Citadel Boss 25. Do you have an opinion? Citadel is manufactured, I believe, by Chiappa, and Citadel is built also out of Turkey. Be careful. Test it. Break it in. Shoot it a lot. You'll become familiar with it. They got rid of the Glock at your police department in Ohio and went with M&P. And Pennsylvania State Patrol had been looking at Walther PDPs for a while, so I'm sure that's where they're going. Plus, there's a lot of Glock clones. Absolutely, man. Just in general, there's no... Now, if Nighthawk Customs went out of business tomorrow, their guns would go up in price. When Kunan's 357 1911 went out of production because his business went out of business, that went up in value. But there's no way that a gun that is as common as a cum stain in a Motel 6 will ever be worth a lot of money. Are going crazy. Yeah, it's funny, but I don't give a shit. Maybe I'll keep the Glock tattoo now that it's funny. What would you do if they started to discontinue the 1911? Same issue, Michael. There are so many 1911s manufactured by so many different companies that even if tomorrow every 1911 manufacturer said we're done, it wouldn't affect the availability that's currently out there. Stop looking at my stomach. This was a free shirt, too. Elliot, I'm sorry, my dog has better teeth than you have t-shirts. God bless you, praise the Lord. I am in Andhra Pradesh, India. Well, thank you, brother. I love my Nighthawk. Yep. If you had to pick only one, 1911 or 2011, I don't care. 2011 and 45. I have my grandfather's 1911 from World War II. That's awesome, dude. Don't ever get rid of that. What other gun do you like the most that you would switch to? If I had to go away from the 1911, I would go to CZ75s. The CZ is my favorite, though. You mean my CZ? Just like that's your Gerson? We can always say that from now on. But yes, the TSO. Stone stumbled into the best pistol ever, and I fucked up by selling the best pistol I ever owned. Whoa, man, what a store. That's not a store. None of these guns are for sale, my son. Nah, Glock is just pulling product lines because they're going to release a new Glock 2011. I would be down for that, CW. What's up, by the way? If Glock came out with the 2011, I would laugh my arse kabibble off. You have more guns that aren't on the wall. Yes. The easiest way to tell you what I have is to direct you to my actual channel, look at the videos. If I say it's borrowed, then it's not mine. I don't know the exact number of guns I have. I can tell you that I have sold 70 this year, and since 2017, I have bought or sold over 1,000 guns. The store has no inventory. I'm doing special orders only right now, Fish. Thank you for that, Joe. You're welcome, dude. Then you are a brand man. No, I'm not. I have an antique Colton 80. That's awesome. But yeah, I don't pay attention to what I do, man. There are guns that I bought. I bought a Benelli M2 because I got it for under $800. What am I going to do with the Benelli M2? It's a 24-inch gun. Well, now what I'm doing is I'm sending it out and I'm having the barrel cut down to 18.5 inches. So it's going to be an 18.5-inch gun with a 5-inch or a 5-round carbon fiber tube on it. Tactical pistol grip stock that I'm going to get stippled. It's going to be a race gun. And I'm going to drill and tap it so I can put pick rail on the top and run a red dot. Do you like the H&K VP9? Thinking about buying one? Yeah, if you get one for a good price, definitely do it. I sold mine. I actually traded mine for a Sig Fuse. I was done with mine. Glock making production 2011 would be a good tier troll on all the brand snob. Kind of hope they do. It would be nice, but Glock won't do it. And even if they did it, I'd still bitch about them. I don't like the company. I don't give a fuck about the guns. The guns are fine. They're just mediocre trash. which is another reason why they're getting discontinued. They're mediocre trash that stupid people figured out how to make fully automatic using a piece of metal. They can't be that stupid. They figured it out. Fuck that shit. Look at Sling Blade. Ain't got no gas in it. You know, you're going to piss somebody off with your views. No, I'm not. The people that agree with me because they agree with me, and the people that disagree with me are fucking stupid. And they don't care. The people that are on here to troll me, they don't care. They're really here just to be an asshole. Shit, I gotta pay for the website. Thanks, you talk about my website, and my bill just showed up in my email. I'll take a Glock 18, though. Yep, we need to do that. I got my sister, she's at the Guns for Home Defense. I got her Pepperball CO2 cartridge. That's crazy, but it feels like a Desert Eagle. Yeah, a lot of those ones, because they're so big, yeah, I agree with that. But people are making things kind of fully automatic with the FRTs. Yeah, but the FRTs play within the rules of the law. Yes, the biggest thing to look forward to is the ATF trying to overstep their boundaries again and try to outlaw FRTs like they did with bump stocks and braces. But outside of that, FRT, Force Reset Trigger, the company that started them won their lawsuit, thus proving that they're legal and when installed correctly do not create a fully automatic firearm. I have to say I love your personality. Thank you, sir. Okay, last time I'll mention it. What's your 9mm? If you mean like my favorite 9mm cartridge for self-defense, it's usually Hornady Critical Duty or Critical Defense. For practice ammo, I usually run Cellular and Bellet, or Magtech or Fiocchi, but I run new manufacturer brass. You ever see the video of the guy from Glock Reviews RXM? Pretty funny. His face wants to say, "We fucked up." I have not, but it makes sense. Lycan, what's up? Thoughts on the discontinuation of the FN SCAR in the civilian market? It doesn't bother me in the least. There are companies that make SCAR clones that are half the price, that are 95% the quality. Thank you for the huge dono, by the way. And the gun is so outdated now, but it doesn't bother me, sorry. Had a felon brag to me about his pepperball gun. Save! What's up, kid? That does happen. Partly apology if you answered. No, nobody's actually asked me about the FN SCAR being discontinued. Felon had bragged to me about his pepperball gun. We had a felon come when I was still working down at Liberty Arms. We had a felon come into the store and try to buy a pellet gun. You think super safeties will get banned in the near future? No, they've been trying to do it, and since FRT won their lawsuits, it's kind of helped protect the super safeties. Because they're all operating on the same principal technology, that it's still a 1. So fact is, if you can't just hold your trigger and go, it's not an automatic gun. Robert Silvus, I'm just going to kill the next 16 minutes trying to say your name. Looked at a Glock 22 and 40 cal. What do you think about that gun? 40 cal is a intermediate compromise round that shouldn't exist. Get a 10 mil, get a 20 or a 40. Don't get a 22. They're not worth the money. Also, there are so few guns that are still being manufactured in 40 cal versus 9, 10, and 45 that eventually ammo prices are going to become stupid like 44 Magnum. Lycan comes with another donation. It's Jackal Time from PSA. I'm assuming. I'd love to get one. I just can't afford it, man. The more you do stuff, I'd love to eventually. Felons are not wide hitters. That makes sense. 40 cal is dead. It's not fully dead, Texan. There's still plenty of manufacturers that make guns in it. But yes, it's on its way out. Wonder how effective pepper gun is deterrent against grizzlies. You'd probably have to get it right in their face. Made a key to a 2022 Ram today. Mentioned I have to use my Chrysler tools. He says it's a Dodge, not a Chrysler. You should have responded back and said it's not a Dodge, it's a Ram. 40's for feds, lol. Made me lol, you had it right the first time. Ah, sorry, thank you. Here's a throwback. Oma, Oprah, Oprah, Uma, Uma, Oprah, Oprah, Uma. Anybody else think Oma, Uma, Oma, Upa, Upa, Appa, Upa, Uma, Uma, Uma Thurman was hot back in the day? Fuck me. I liked her because she was over 6 feet tall. I loved me a tall bitch. I didn't say that out loud. Some days I wish my diabetes was rampant so I wouldn't have any hair on my hands. Yeah, everybody's gone to 9. Isn't the origin of 40 specifically for FBI use? Partially, yes. What was happening was the guns that were firing 10 millimeter were not designed to handle that much pressure, so they were damaging guns, as well as the fact that smaller statured, aka women, weren't handling the 10 mil cartridge as well. So those two reasons combined to create the 40 short and weak. I have a 38 special, some pretty wide options for ammo on that gun. What do you think? Oh, absolutely. It all depends on what you want the gun to do. If you have one that runs plus Ps, practice with that. Use hollow points for your carry. Otherwise, just get standard capacity, standard velocity 38. You'll be fine. Oprah was confirmed as a Hawaii land purchaser or something. I don't care about Harpo. You know, my mom was on Oprah. One of them. You know how Oprah's always had like weight problems? Well, she used to do this thing back in the early 2000s for like weight loss, kind of like the Biggest Loser kind of a thing. And my mom made it on there. Thankfully, I wasn't talking to my family during that time, so I never got on camera. Montana's Friends with Pistols carries Glock 20s. Yes, bought it. 38, nice crumb finish. Glock discontinued all the Gen 4s. They also discontinued a lot of the Gen 5 NMOS's guns because they weren't California compliant anyways. Follow-up shots with the 10mm are a little slower unless a Grizz is charging at you, and then you get it done. Bruce, what is up, sir? Welcome back. Yeah, I could also tell you that you should have a friend behind you screaming in your firing off an air horn. It'll make you feel better. They're not getting rid of all Gen 5s, just a lot of them. You can go to Glock's website, and they literally have a list of what they're getting rid of. I love guns, and they love you back. Guns are a mirror to the soul. That's why all mine are metal framed, hammer fired. I don't like something pulling on me. I like being punched in the back of the head. A lot of people returning today. Yeah, I like seeing that one. Do you think 1911s are the best guns? I do, but that's a personal opinion, and I understand that my opinion is just mine. Yours is totally up to you. A lot of people will say the CZ75 Browning high power, Glock, M&P, any one of them can be right. You're not, but you could be. We have 8 guns. I have 9 fingers. Now, how many of you are looking at my hands right now thinking I only have 9 fingers? Revolver plus buffalo bore equals is greater than nothing. Ow! My jaw just popped. Did you guys hear that? That cracking noise was my jaw. I am so physically healthy that I have something called temporal mandibular joint, TMJ pain. My jaw locks up. Your thumb isn't a finger. Colloquially, it is. So we're not going to argue that one. So when they get enough stupid mods off the hoodlums, or they say the M&Ps is going to hit them next till we have nothing left. No, because the operating system of the M&P puts the striker release in a slightly different position. So the same bent piece of metal doesn't do this exact same job. Should I buy all the 360s at the gun store? Some of the optics are worth more than the selling price of the guns. You talking 320s? Maybe. I don't know. You picked 2011 early, so is that the best? 2011s are super solid, and since I'm just over 5 foot tall, I like the bigger grip. Is it true no more tax stamp on silencer or short barrel rifles? No, not even close. They're removing the tax stamp, $200 tax stamp on suppressors. You still have to get the tax stamp. You still have to do the enhanced background check. Actually, I have 10 guns. I messed up on the first one. Sweet, I got 11 toes. I don't know. 6-ARC has a case as best gun. I don't own a 6-ARC. As long as your jaw locks open, your boyfriend won't mind. How'd you know? 320's my bad, not a sick dude, but I can change. It's fine, dude. I get it. My wife has the same problem with her job, but apparently only comes up on special occasions. Ah, the same time as her headaches, I bet. Did you know that the average male sperm load contains up to 29 megabytes of information? That's a lot of information to swallow. Think about it. They have it all figured out already. Criminal's gonna criminal. Yeah, that gets into the whole other part and aspect of why I don't like common sense gun laws. Because you dipshit, common sense gun laws only apply to people that are willing to follow the fucking law. Anybody that says we need more common sense gun laws needs to be kicked in the jaw while they are sucking their own horse. How many guns do you have? No idea. Never counted them all. I've gone through over 1,000. That's all I can tell you. I've gone through more cars than most of you guys have gone through guns. Dude, I don't even bother keeping track anymore, dude. Some months I'll go and buy like 12 and sell 5, and then some months I'll sell 20 and buy 2. I don't keep track, man. You ever refused a transfer because a guy was sketchy? I've never refused a transfer, but I've refused sales, for sure. If a dude is sketchy, I'll just tell him no, but I've never actually had a problem like that because of my store. Maybe somebody else has refused them in our stores, but I've never had to run into a guy that was that sketchy. Usually if they're that sketchy, they're going to fail their background check. Common sense gun laws are just gun laws, shall not be infringed. Gun laws do nothing but protect criminals. Criminals are the only ones. Fucking lobbyists are criminals, so it makes sense that lobbyists would help create legislature that creates laws that protect gun owners, or protect criminals from gun owners. At what point can you prove justify circumstantial crime? Is it a crime to not wear hunting orange? So criminal behavior. What's crime? What's life? Gray lines everywhere make things tough. I will use this phrase with you, Fish DR. It's never a war crime the first time. What that sentence basically means is, the line is, whenever you discover the rules after you've done something for the first time, that's when it becomes a crime. The gaming channel only has one vid, made at least a few before advertising. Otherwise, people just keep thinking there's still nothing and it's not worth checking out. Cool, thanks for telling me how to run my YouTube channels after I've been on YouTube for 10 years and I have 200,000 subs. Let's see how many subs you have on your channel. 313. One of us should shut the fuck up. Revolvers or semi-automatic? 90% of my collection is semi-automatic handguns. I do have some like bolt action and lever action guns, and I have a few revolvers. Have you seen the lower for the Kuna? It lets you put any AR trigger in it. Fuck, dude, that means you're gonna have something solid. Is that a 9mm can? Yes, that's my Osprey 9 2.0. I've had it for a while. It's never a war crime for the winner. It can be eventually. I think if we nuke a country, we technically are committing a war crime, even if it's during wartime. You have a great channel. Thank you for your content. Thank you, Emmanuel, for coming in and checking it out. Make sure to watch stuff, like, subscribe, become members. Here's the bit where I have to tell you what's going on. If you subscribe and you become a member at $2, when we get to 100 members, I will do giveaways again because YouTube takes 30% of all the money that comes in. So even if I had 100 $2 members, so that's $200, they take $60. That leaves us $140. Last time I had 100 members, I did $250 in giveaways. So I'm not doing that shit to get money off you guys. I'm trying to get members to get advertising, algorithm, sponsors. So I need to grow the channel, but it needs to be done in a semi-organic way. For every 100 people that subscribe to the channel, that will gain more giveaways. So at 200 members, the giveaway will either be twice as much shit or something worth twice the value. I will let the members decide. I agree, nukes are maybe gayer than the ATF. Look me in the eyes before you fuck me up. At least you're honest about it. Thank you. You ever play cowboy with revolvers? Thought about getting one for that reason. Not really, because I'm the Asian guy. I was usually just the cook. Who the fuck are you talking to, Scarface? That language might not be sponsor friendly. I'll listen on from here. Daria came on as a sponsor and they watch almost all my lives. Hey, Josh Samuel. Haven't you heard the cook is the most dangerous crew member? Yeah. I can poison you, I can give you diarrhea, or I can stab you with glass. What's the game channel? Seated VR, all one word. It's literally the pinned comment. What's your favorite caliber? Don't really have one, Ted. Honestly, I really don't. I'm a gun guy, so if a gun is only available in a certain caliber, for example, the Colt Delta Elite is only available in 10 millimeters, so if I want to like that gun, I have to like 10 millimeter. So I'm a gun guy. I'm a 1911 guy, and thankfully it's in every caliber. Now, 2011s, I like them in 9 because it just seems to be the most capacity for the money, and 10 mil's too expensive. What's the Yeet cannon in? 9, correct? Yes. The Yeet cannon was created, it's called the YC9, Yeet Cannon 9. The 10 millimeter variant is called the JXP10. Technically, it is a Yeet cannon, though, because it's got the same serrations, grip module, everything, and it's optics capable. And to the other fucker that was trying to tell me how to run my channel, that channel has been up for a fucking day. I'm not putting up 1,000 videos and then asking you people to subscribe, you fucking turd. Hey, YouTube, how you doing? Hey, algorithm, I'm not cussing out my viewers. I'm cussing out assholes. All right. Man, is that 1022 on the wall? Yeah, that is a Sharps Brothers Heat Seeker chassis 1022. Used to be in the bull barrel chassis because it's got a bull barrel on it. Yep. I hate the Heat Cannon. I have it just because it's funny. So I paid $156 for it. I have a suppressor that when it was new was $1,000 suppressor, and I wanted to put one of my Holosuns, my 509 titanium on it, which is a $500 optic and a Surefire X300. I wanted to put like $2,000 worth of accessories on a $150 gun. Oh, the live just restarted. Imagine being colorblind. I am. I hate everybody equally. Oh, you mean colorblind. Is that a Prodigy on the wall? No, that is a custom-built Gerson. Be a lot cooler if it was. Hold on a second. I gotta go. Catch you later. CW, you have a good one, bud. I need a 22. Lol, I have a can that's just been sitting for a year because it was free and I don't have anything to put it on.
You can put it on my guns. Send it my way. I gotta eat just to laugh.
I got the one just because it is stamped or laser etched Yeet cannon, and again, I was gonna use it as my shotgun. I've fired it suppressed though. Holy mother, father, shite balls. The kick on a straight blowback high point suppressed. I'm surprised it didn't crack the slide. Militant, what's up? Am I taking the Yeet to the range? No, I've got footage of me actually shooting it at the range already. Is it a kicker? Yeah, dude, a straight blowback with a suppressor on it, throwing that much pressure back there, it throws so much dirt and shit in your face, it's not even funny. Militant, man, I'm sorry you keep getting in so late. We're not going much longer, bro. My dog is is chasing squirrels in his dream, and I got to do some work. Somebody burped. Also, I watched back a recording of one of my sessions in VR, and I go off on wild tangents. Attention to what I'm talking about, and I'm looking at part of my camera mount, not the camera lens. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, come to die. He's out, my man. Yep, I needed 22. I've got 1,200 rounds, but nothing to put it through. Oh, that's right. You gave me your Tanfolio.
Your Tanfoglio.
Peace out, much love. Thank you, Save. I saved 15% or more on my car insurance by going to jail and no longer being able to drive, so I got dropped by my insurance company. I don't have to worry about finding insurance for at least 15 years to life. Turns out when you plow through an entire crowd of endangered emperor penguins at the zoo after driving down a set of stairs while drunk in your K5 Blazer on 38-inch tires and a supercharged 350 TBI that's tuned wrong because you reversed the 7-1 cylinder order. Yeah. That gun sucked. I can tell you why it sucked, dude. You never actually had the deflector in it. I put the deflector for the shell because you had both sides open. It wasn't ejecting right. Have you ever had a desire to eat meat 7 days a week? Do you ever drink beer and only beer because beer is beer and you don't like it if it's not in a can? Have you ever made out with your sister because she's also your mom and cousin? That's what driving an F-150 feels like. Ford, built kinda tough. No worries, it's on me. I tried to get here earlier, but I have a lot of kids and they always want to hang out. That's fine, man. I'll go a little bit longer. It's a Monday stream. Tuesdays and Thursdays are definitely only going to be 2 hours, but I'm feeling actually pretty solid, so I'll keep going for a while, Militant. Also, if you're new here, like, subscribe, become a member. $2 a month, you get entered into giveaways when we get to 100 subs. Members, fuckers, motherfuckers, my wife's Ruger is hard to shoot. My hands are too big for it. Mine too. Oh wait, are we still talking about guns or penile? If you become a member of my channel, I will say to you, I will give away. What do you think about Arizona regulators FRT drop-in? I don't think anything about it, man. I don't mess with stuff like that. My modifications that I like to watch and do and participate in are things that make a gun more accurate, not just faster. Just wrap a shit ton of duct tape around the handle. See how that works. Sorry, some days I forget I have a dog. We've gotten 21 subscribers today. I want more than that. I need more than 21 pilots. Come on, guys. Click on the button. It's that little one that says subscribe. Click on the other one that says join. Enter in your credit card information. Email it to me at thejimminishow@gmail.com. Make sure you provide your CCV, the zip code, and a documented picture of your birth certificate, your driver's license, your home address, your cell phone number. Actually, divert your cell phone number to my cell phone number. That way I can get the confirmation code, and then I can access all your private banking information and see whether or not you're worthy of being my friend. You trying to get me banned? Ha ha ha. Dude, that was me going off on a tangent. I apologize. I started falling asleep in the middle of it. I don't even know what I just said. Could you imagine your wife trying to wrap her hand around that much duct tape? Lol, like she can move when she's in that much duct tape. Wait, you mean what? Dude, just buy subscribers. I'm not that guy, dude. I want to grow this shit organically. Plus, you don't get as many views and shit. And the channel actually gets okay shit from people and stuff and things and words and things and stuff and shit and things and stuff and things and things and stuff. I've had the time of my life, and I paid for it again. Yes, I swear. Damn, 12,000 people have watched that stupid Canic video. That it's true, and I owe it all to you.
Eh.
Cause that's what friends. I'm way too low. Clankers are around every corner. You sell that? What, my ass? No, not since 2007. I haven't needed money that bad. Hey, Andy, what's up? But man, when I was still in college, $1 was $1, homie. It was the Meat Duck King. 2007 was a good vintage for ass. Well, 2007, I was still only, fucking hell, I was damn near 30 years old. But I was 28 years old. My ass was firm, and I was 300 and something pounds, so it was cushy. I'm actually surprised you're still alive. Yeah, me too, man. Every day I wake up, I'm like, fuck, it happened again. I'm getting ready to get done, though. Do you load all your magazines before you go to the range so you don't have to do it there? I always do at least the first load, yes. What's your favorite gun? 1911s. That's not healthy. What's not healthy? Waking up every morning alive? I know, it sucks. How you been doing? Hey-ho, what's up, brother? I've been doing all right. You okay? Minus 700 Jimmini lore. What do you mean? Bro, it's not gay if you're getting paid. Also, stop looking at my chest.
Do a little dance, make a little love, get down in that, get down in that.
$8,000 and I will do whatever you tell me to. 920 and I'll dress up like a cross-dresser for Halloween. You know what's funny? Rocky's eyes just opened because he farted and he had fish today. You okay, buddy? Yeah, he's fine. It's not what I meant, but okay, I was actually mean. I'm surprised you're still alive on YouTube. Yeah, me too. I expected them to kill my channel years ago. But no, I get what you're saying, brother. I'm getting done now. I'm actually feeling okay. That's why I've been hanging on. But I went on a rant while I was falling asleep, so that was kind of fucky.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy did not care because Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Scroll down, there's a guy wearing a toilet seat with fake poop on it. I think I'm done with the internet. Yes, that's my buddy Chet. Chet's a good man. He's feeling a little flushed. You know it stinks when a dog wakes up. Bro, if he was under the blanket, his head would be under the blanket right now. I don't handle that shit well. Because he likes to turn around and stick his ass in my face for some reason. And one of the last videos that's up on his channel is fucking... I bit his ass because he farted in my face twice. That's my cue. Enjoy the night, boys. You know it stinks when a dog... Dude. Yes. Alright, kids. We went an extra 12 minutes. I think that's pretty good, right? I'm going to get out of here. I'll show you the dog. He moves every time I wake up. I mean, he wakes up every time I move, so... Make sure you get subscribed to the Jimmini Show. Yeah, Rocky. I've been trying for a week not to order one. Or last time you did that, you told me Uzis take batteries and CO2 cartridges. They do. Still do. Hey, Rocky, can you say goodbye to everybody? Can you prove to them you're not dead? Can you do move? Okay. You had me scared there. Dude, some days I've had to shake him awake. Seated VR. At Seated VR. Everybody go and check that shit out, okay? Do me that big favor. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? I love you. Rocky, here, you want to kiss the camera? He's like, why am dog? I wake up, dog. I go to park, dog. And then I come home, am dog. Dog am dog. Dog am tired. Dog tired. Dog tired? Ha ha ha. Dog make joke. Me am dog. Me am Rocky. Rocky am dog. Dog make good dog. Dog is good dog. 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 Good night, dog. Yes, I'm the only person in the world that can annoy a dog enough to make him stand up. Anyways, you guys have a good night, okay? Good night. Say good night, Moon. Hey, Rocky. Say good night to the internet, okay? All right, you can go to bed.